Festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee Titans. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 24-yard line.
This is Dion Lewis now in his 9th NFL season. They find some open field here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Mariota going to give to Lewis. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago. It's Derrick Henry. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I talk with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
You're mine. Express. Roy.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now the 1st-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down. The Raiders last year, they were 25th in the league in rushing, and a good reason why they used one of their 3 first-round picks on Jacobs for runs like we just saw. Jacobs was the first running back taken in this year's draft, 24th overall. That was actually the pick that was originally acquired from the Chicago Bears in that Khalil Mack trade. This is the former Jet and Brown, Isaiah Crowell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On second and a couple, Carr, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Now, you ready?
Mike 54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Easy, kill. You ready?
Into the red zone, it's Carr. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Express.
This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jalen Richard hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the...
It got his man, complete. A big play that time for the Titans. 67 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
This will be caught at about the 6. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Dion Lewis hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Suckup, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Pin the mirrors back and go full sprint.
Now Carr. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 45-yard line. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Hey, come on, yo, come on, yo.
93.
Carr now to throw. This one to Foster Moreau, the rookie from LSU. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 35.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Pull it together.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
You don't want none. Check, 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 check.
Who's right team? 637.
Shotgun now for Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Harold Landry able to record his 5th sack of the season. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. 1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. First and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
Check the backer, check the backer.
808.
Right there, 54, right there, right there. 54, Mike. I got it.
Express.
From the gun, it's Carr. The pass complete to Ryan Graham. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
54,
Carr going to go on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle 1st and 10 at their own 11. They'll start things on 1st down with Dion Lewis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Credit the sack there to Arden Key. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coach. Oh, they're on him too quickly. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. this one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A first down throw for Mariota. Buying time to his left. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Well, they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They run. This is Lewis. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now on 2nd and 16, Mariota. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Very short kick. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On second down, Jacobs. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. The Raiders on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Carlson is good. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Mariota now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Mike, check, 59. Oh, yeah. Here we go again.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Switch, switch, switch. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check 26, check 26.
They keep it with Crowell on 1st. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here, because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Kill. Heavy. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Tight dog.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Monday, down. Blue 80.
Eat. Coming. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Out.
They'll try and run for it with Crowell. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Oh, here we go.
Carr gives to Richard. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They come out here in the eye. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Antonio Brown. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cleveland Farrell just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they left little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Titans. Dion Lewis, 78 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
That is today's NFL, isn't it? If you're going to be a running back in this league, you've got to be complete to stay on the field, at least for those 3 downs we talk about. Got to be able to catch it, which he's doing quite well in this one. 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, a little unconventionally. He hasn't been able to cross the goal line as a runner, but as you say, twice as a receiver.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, it's Carr. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense,
and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack.
Take a seat. You can't stop me.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd down, it's Lewis. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in the East Bay. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter. On 3rd and 1, here's Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Check, 59.
4th down, Mariota. And that's complete to Lewis. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Lewis here on 1st down. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 now. Mariota. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Off off as they'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Succop's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this.
Go. Go. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Kill, 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 kill. Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
Once again, it's Jacobs. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Bandit.
From midfield, here's Carr. Will find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 38-yard line. That right there is what Jalen Richard can bring to this offense. I mean, last year, yes, he had 55 carries, but they used him more as a receiver. He had 68 catches in 2018, which was tied for the team lead. Really adds a nice element to the backfield for Derek Carr and company.
Hey, alert three.
Protein spill.
Kill.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, you don't want later one. You don't want it. Watch the edge. Alert flat.
Pilot, 64, weak. Later 2.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game.
29. X3. 218, chopper.
Hey, watch the ball. Check 31. Shoot.
Now Carr. It's complete to Grant. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
White. Express.
Hey, watch it.
Watch twist.
Hey.
On first down, Jacobs. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Ricky. He's coming. We got double up. Put that down.
Mike's 5'4".
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jacobs, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Hey, foxtrot.
Now Carr. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. Here's Jacobs. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold them to 3 to keep this a one-score game. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go.
One more time with Jacobs. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action, throw the ball.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a cap. On this game. Carlson on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Oakland, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.